Hey model railroad fans, welcome to Vintage Road and Rail, and welcome to the first video that I have recorded in my basement since probably mid-November of last year, which would have been 2022. It took them about 4 months to get my basement together. And in this video we're going to just do a haul video. This is all the stuff I've picked up since Christmas. But before we do that, I just kind of want to pan around and just let you see that everything is mostly back in order. I've got, as you can see, my computer desk and everything back together. I've got a bunch of my wife's books down there. They're going over to storage. Over here, all the transformers and stuff are in storage. I don't know that I'm going to bring them out, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this space here. And as you can see, the old train table is here, but I've got it covered with a blue sheet because they kind of messed it up a bit. So I'm not real sure which direction I'm going to go with model railroading in this basement. But fortunately, you've seen the other videos of the 4x8 layout I've got at the train club. I can still run trains and stuff there. So not a lot has changed in here. The walls are now white instead of that teal turquoise, whatever it was. It was ugly as all get out. And they put a better door back there where the water meter is. But instead of carpet, I now have some sort of a like a linoleum or whatever. So anyway, just wanted to kind of get that out of the way for anybody that might have been curious, because most anybody that watches my videos is well aware of my basement woes. So fortunately that is all done. So let me go ahead and set up on the tripod and we'll start taking a look at some of the items I picked up. So give me just 1 second. All set up on the tripod here. So what I'm going to do for the most part is I'm going to go with the loose items, then move over to the boxed items and then the train sets. But two items I want to look at first. One loose, one boxed. Because I want to give a couple shout outs. This is a lifelike Meyer 50-foot boxcar. My friend Mike down at the train club gave this to me, so I just wanted to mention that. And then the next item is this Coca-Cola flat car with 40-foot trailer. This was sent to me by one of my viewers named Forever DC, and I will post a link to his channel down in my description. Make sure and check him out if you will. So thanks a lot, Forever, for this. Alright, so now let's move on to some loose items. So I picked up this 3D printed Tyco logo off of eBay. And I've got a couple of these slot car remotes. Alright, so we got a Shark Nose by Tyco. This is Delaware and Hudson. This is a dummy locomotive. Got it really cheap. And at the same time, I got a lot of Tyco stuff that day really cheap. But at the same time, I got this Shark Nose Rock Island loco. I've actually got several of these. So this one's powered. So at some point, I want to try to get this cleaned up and make sure it's working. And then I'm going to swap the guts out. Put the power in that Delaware and Hudson, because that's the only Delaware and Hudson I've got, at least in the Shark Nose. Then I've got this Bachmann F7 that came with the MASH train set. It's the only component I have to the MASH train set, and it's pretty rough around the edges, but believe it or not, it does run. But all the steps are broken, so it's not the most ideal example. And then I've got this AHM switcher, which I am not real sure which switcher this is. I meant to look it up before I recorded this video and I forgot. I want to say it could be a Fairbanks Morris, or I think that's who it is, but I won't swear to it. Someone in the comments, please correct me as to what this is. Got it pretty cheap, 10 bucks. And then I think got a couple more loose items. Got this Athearn flat car with a couple of trailers. Nice shape. and a few little things to use. Just got some graphite for couplers just to help them move a little bit easier. And then I picked up a few Katie items. So we've got these number 208 and 209 washers. That's to help with a coupler adjustment. And then I got a uncoupler for Code 100 track. So looking forward to trying that out a little bit. And let's start with the boxed items now. And we're going to start with something you've already seen a video on, and I'll post a link to that at the end of the video if you haven't seen it. And that's for this Southern Pacific F7 Black Widow edition. So there's that. And at the same time that I got that, it came with this to walk around the tripod here. This Bachmann Easy Command DCC control. I've had, and it came with everything that you need. I've had one of these in the past, and I actually sold it. So I was a little hesitant to buy it, but the price was good, even with this included. So I was like, well, why not? And I may have some use for it in the future, so I'm just going to store it away for the time being. Then up here, I got this really cheap, $4. Got this lifelike locomotive, and this is actually a GP38 high hood. I've not tested it yet, so I don't know if it runs. And let's just keep on with locomotives. I've got this Bowser U25B locomotive. This is the first Bowser product I've actually owned, so I was pretty excited to get it. But it is in Spirit of 76 livery. This is number 6800. This runs pretty good, but it does need a little bit of some maintenance. Just needs to be lubed up a bit, but it is running pretty good. All right, so let's start kind of rolling through some of this rolling stock here. All right, so I've got some Athearn cars. Should have opened the boxes. So we got this Santa Fe reefer. And then I believe these next four are all going to be beer cars that I picked up. This one is by Greenway Products, Minnesota Brewing Company. This other one is another Greenway Products. And it's Independence. Let's see. It just says Independence on it. So it's another beer car. It's a brewing company. And then this one was made by, it's an Athearn Blue Box, but I believe it is, I don't think it's Greenway Products. And it's this Tivoli beer. Alright, and last Athearn kit. It's another 40-foot reefer. And this is just a plain old Coors car. And keeping with the beer cars, let's move over to a couple of Walthers kits. We've got this Genesee Brewing Company car. And then we've got this one right here. And I can't quite make it out, so, but there it is. So now we have a few Accurail kits. One of these is very special to me, and we'll go over that in just a second. But then we got this Brick City Express. This is some sort of a custom car that was made. And then we've got, these are all three going to be club cars from my local club. So we got this New York Central 40-foot box car. And then we've got, I don't want to look at that one just yet. Then we've got an Anderson covered hopper. Let me turn it around here. That was our 2021 car. That other one was for 2020. Now this next one, this one is very special to me. This is our 2022 20th anniversary club car. And the reason this is so special to me is this is actually my design. I designed our club car. It's a 50-foot box car. And it says celebrating our 20th year. Central Ohio Model Railroad Club. And it has our logo on there. And this has black doors. So I'll post a link if anybody's interested in these club cars down in the description. We got a Hood's milk car. And we got this B&M car. And then we got this Pennsylvania car. All of these are 40-foot box cars. Got this Chattanooga caboose. And a Silver Streak caboose. And a Silver Streak locomotive. And then I already have one of these, but this one came with handrails. A Grand Trunk C430. I could not pass that up. This one's actually Mantua. I got this one off eBay, but it got stuck in the bunch. It's this Western Auto 50-foot box car. Then we've got the Jello box car. Planters covered hopper. Dots box car. Popsicle box car. Let's move those out of the way here. Then I got this Gulf 3-dome tank car, 62-foot. And then this Kellogg's covered hopper. And then I got an operating hopper car, unloading set. Automatically unloads coal automatically. So it's a little 2-bay hopper. It's mostly complete, but I think it is missing one of the little trestle pieces. But other than that, I don't think it's even been used. So now we're going to get into some sets. And this first one we're going to look at will be my very next video after this one. It's a Walthers train line Flyer Express Fast Freight train set. And it comes with one of those GP 15-1s. And if you've watched my videos, you'll know I've done a couple of videos on those. A CSX and a Norfolk Southern. And if you've not seen those, I'll post links to those at the end of the video. And then I picked up an N-scale train set. This is a Bachmann bicentennial set. So it comes with a bicentennial locomotive. And then 4 of their 6 bicentennial 50-foot cars and a bicentennial caboose. Looks to be complete and barely used. There are still 2 more cars. I can't remember which ones I've got to dig up. And then we're going to shy away from trains for just a minute. I got this Turbo 300 slot car set. That will definitely be a future video. Then I picked up a couple of Bachmann train sets, and most of this stuff I got really cheap. I just really lucked out. So we've got a Casey Jones train set. They don't make this anymore. And then this one they do still make. I got a the Bachmann Chattanooga. I've got several of the Tyco Chattanoogas, so I thought I would just give this a look. And there it is. Honestly, it's almost identical to the Casey Jones set. 060 locomotive with tender, And while the cars and caboose may look a little different as far as color, they're the exact same cars. And in this last one, I'm going to take you off. It's a big box, and it is still sealed, but it's hanging on by a thread. This is a Model Power Honda promotional train set. So we've got our locomotive and our cars and our caboose. There's another car over here. All right, model railroad fans. Well, that's a look at this items that I've picked up over the past few months. So if you enjoyed taking a look at these items and are looking forward to seeing the videos that I'll be doing on many of these in the future, make sure and hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Well, until next video, thank you very much for joining me. Happy model railroading. Take care.